Okay, I'm just doing this video because I've had a few local friends here ask, and in my personal opinion, as far as third-party apps go, for registry cleaning with your Windows system, or junk file cleaning and that kind of thing, I absolutely do not recommend them. A lot of times with the registry app, or sorry, the registry cleaners, they can be extremely extreme, meaning they can go into your registry and remove stuff that actually should be there by accident, and they could just be dangerous to your system, causing your system to not boot right or run right or get blue screens and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to do a quick overview on just personally how I keep my system uh, as good and clean as I possibly can, and I've done this for years, never had any issues, and yes, I have tried many of the third-party apps and have had many different issues, including CC Cleaner, IOBit, Advanced Systems Care, just to name a couple of them that have caused issues with my system in the past. But for me, the first thing I'm going to do is use just what Windows gives you. Windows as a system, especially nowadays, back in the day was a different thing, but nowadays they pretty much keep everything up to par for you, and they're a lot better at keeping your system gunk free and junk free of bad files and that kind of thing. So I run disk cleanup first, as I'm doing here. Then I come back in and I'll run disk cleanup a second time, but I don't do just your standard cleaning. I'll go to clean up system files and make sure all of these are checked, which they are, and then I go ahead and let that run for a second. I'm doing this in real time because I haven't done it in a little bit, which is another thing. I do it maybe once or twice a week, and I use my computer quite a bit. Another thing I'll do is I'll go in here to the Run tab, and I'll type %temp percent, and I'll just get rid of all the uh, temporary files, which this is completely safe. It will not do anything to your system. This is just temporary files that build up that Windows uses over time. So it's completely safe to remove these. I have been doing it for a long time. Like some of these, it will not let you remove. So do this for all current items and hit skip, because it's obviously a very important file for Windows. Then I'll come back in, hit run again, and then get rid of the temp files. There's two different temp folders, so this is another temporary file. Then I'll check, get rid of all of them, and skip this. Obviously, CPU-Z, a program I have installed, needs that file in place, so it will not remove it. Then I'll come in, hit run one more time, hit prefetch, Prefetch, prefetch. You'll get this pop-up, hit OK, and you can remove all of these. It's just a bunch more temporary files. And I do this, like I said, once a week, twice a week, once a month, twice a month, depending on how much you use your computer. Then I'll go to this PC up here, and there's some more, uh, which is actually like downloaded temporary files. So I'll go back through this one more time. Go to your C drive, double click it, Windows Drive, go down to Software and Distribution, double click, and then Downloads folder, double click. And this right here is like a more downloaded temp files. I go ahead and get rid of those. Now I'll go to my recycling bin, and here is all the stuff that I've cleaned out of my computer this time. Like I said, this is pretty much all you need to do. A lot of the third-party apps uh, do a lot of this for you, and but they also go a little bit overkill on everything. They go in and start, deleting files that are really um, used by Windows that can cause issues and blue screens down the line, in my opinion, that I've seen after running those kind of apps. I would get errors that it's looking for, this file or that. That obviously that file, third-party app has deleted. And after you track down the app, you can confirm that. So another thing I like to do is come into your um, optimized drives, and all this is going to do is, back in the older days with hard disks, they had defragmentation, which I do have a hard disk right here, and that's all this same thing is. Just defrags your drive. It's good to do on occasion, not every day, but on occasion. With solid state drives, it will trim them, which is pretty much the same thing as the defragmentation, um, just to keep it basic. But for solid state drives, it does it in a different form, in a different way, but it's more safe for your SSD drives. So after I do that, and then I come down here and I hit advanced, which is your system. Um, Whenever you hit the advanced tabs, is more of your hidden system files. I'll go ahead and run optimize on that just to be safe. Then I'll do a reboot, and after that, your computer should stay running snappy. I mean, I'll show you. My computer runs pretty snappy. I have really no issues with it whatsoever. And every once in a while, I will go into my history up here in Google, and I'll delete that or clear that out as well, just to keep Google itself running pretty good. So hope people found this informational or helpful. Please subscribe, hit that thumbs up bell.